sambil kita ngetes apakah internet itu terpengaruh dengan kecepatan. Sehingga sudah ada di data, and then uh, yeah, Prof. Peter already here with us together, and then uh, Prof. Peter already together with us here, and then who is the moderator, and then the YouTube already streaming. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Hello, Prof.
Hello.
Okay, nice to see you this evening. Good evening. Good evening, Prof.
Good evening.
I'm Iin Iriana. I'm from State Sunan Giri Bima. I am the moderator in this meeting. Okay, so I cannot open my video now. I cannot. Why? So the videos sometimes lose video setting. Okay, so okay, I'll talk. So can you see my picture?
No, I can't see anything.
Oh, what happened with my? So maybe I directly use my phone. Okay, so I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry. Wait for a moment. I'm sorry for being sometimes. Okay, good. Okay. So I'll close this one. Mhm.
Ya, oke, Bu In.
Okay.
Suaranya putus-putus, Bu In.
What happened?
Pakai 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 laptop aja yang audionya, yang di HP-nya cukup video. Bisa nggak seperti itu? Laptopnya bisa pakai audio.
Let me see. Okay, everybody can you listen? Okay, so let's start this meeting. See, without waiting for the others, we just directly started. Okay, I'm sorry for being so late because
Pantul, Buin, audio salah satunya dimatiin ya. Yang di HP, oke. Ya.
see, is it still okay? So everybody don't listen. Okay, so can we start? Still double. I close the phone. Oke. Masih nggak bisa kelihatan Pak ya?
Yang nggak bisa kelihatan wajahnya. Nah, salah satunya harus di mute. Yang di HP itu di mute. Yang di laptop dinyalain. Suaranya itu di unmute. Supaya nggak mantul audionya kalau nyala dua-duanya. Jadi yang di laptop itu audionya, di HP itu videonya.
I use one. Okay, I use in my application. Okay. Okay.
Ya.
Exactly. I have to use my phone. Okay. So I'm sorry for
Oke.
being troubles. Okay. So let's start for our meeting. See you. Good evening, everybody. So before we start, it's better we just say thank you to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala because of God's mercies we can meet, we can attend in this meeting. Okay, so I have to say thank you so much for Mr. Professor Dr. John Peter Werner as our main panelist in this meeting, and also welcome to our meeting. And the second one, our speaker also, Professor Dr. Ismail Swerdeweke, PhD. Okay, it's better I read the experience. Yes. Can you listen to my voice, sir? Mr. Irwan?
Di mute dulu yang HP-nya Buin. Di HP-nya di mute dulu. Ya, oke. Supaya nggak mantul suaranya. Ya, silakan.
Okay. Okay, so I will read first the information about Professor Dr. John Peter Werner and also Professor Dr. Ismail Swerdeweke. First, Professor Dr. John Peter Werner is a researcher in bilingualism, multiculturalism, second language acquisitions, language transfer, code switching, childish, applied linguistic, psycholinguistic, neurolinguistic, and underground languages. And then the professors got the PhD from Nagoya University at 2004, and also got the MSc Linguistic from Georgetown University and then BA interdisciplinary, minor Japanese, business management, political science at the University of Portland. Okay, this is the information about Professor Dr. John Peter Werner. Okay, exactly. Professors is now stay in Japan, right? And then the second speaker is gonna be Professor Dr. Ismail Swerdeweke, PhD. I got the information from the internet. I'm sorry if I cannot read all the experiences. I just take 10, uh, 10 informations about Professor Dr. Ismail. The first one, Professor Dr. Ismail graduate from Institut Agama Islam Negeri in Sorong, West Papua. Maybe it's not professor. This is length of time. Now means that this is the experience of Dr. Ismail Swerdeweke. Now uh, the inform. Sorry. The professors stay in Institut Agama Islam Negeri Sorong start from 2010 to present, okay. And then the second one is University Kebangsaan Malaysia, Selangor, and then take Arabic language educations start from 2006 till 2009. And then still active in Perkumpulan Dosen Insan Cita Indonesia, Makassar, Sulawesi. Start from 2022 till now, to presents and the memberships. And then 4 is Council of Educations in Maros, Kabupaten Maros. Start from 2021 till now, till present as a secretary. And then next is next meeting Erbakan University, Konya, and then active since 2021 till now as a secretary. Sorry. Present visiting professor. Oh, sorry, visiting professor at this university. Very good, very nice.
No problem, Bu In.
Yes.
You do not treat all my information.
Okay.
Because it is not about me, but it is about our topic.
Okay, thank you. Sorry. Thank you for the information. Okay, so exactly, we just directly go to the topic for these evenings. So, Mr. Professor can directly introduce about the topic. Intercultural collaborative learning. Professor Dr. John Peter Werner, please. Time is yours.
Para po guys. Sebenarnya 3.000.
Kalau pesta dia
What?
pada sekali
Masih kapan sekarang?
pada akan dia malu pesta mau naiknya.
Did you want me to start?
No, dia mau sekali loh.
You just directly
Sore
talk topic. Please.
Sore.
TV sudah mah.
Pak, ini yang sudah. Thank you. So, please, Prof. Peter Renner, it's time to you.
Okay. I'm glad to talk to you a little bit today about intercultural collaborative learning. Intercultural is basically the connection between different cultures and what is similar or what is different. and actually tying that into what we actually are studying in our specific area. So to do this, we have to work collaboratively with universities or with researchers in different areas. And therefore, we have various organizations or universities working together to do various research projects or to work on various areas um, collaboratively. And these types of collaboration can be done through organizations like Balsamo Outreach for Learning and Teaching, which tries to um, connect researchers from various countries around Asia with our international conferences, which we do in various countries around Asia, Philippines, Indonesia, Vietnam, uh, to name a few of the countries that we are actually working with. And so basically uh, we tried to gather researchers from all these areas and meet in various different countries to present on various areas. The one of the ways that we do collaborative learning is through an Asian Youth Forum that we operate. Asian Youth Forum is done with students, and students work collaboratively together to look at the various cultures in each of their countries, and they discuss what differences there may be, and they also discuss the similarities and what they have in common. And basically, through the Asian Youth Forum, when students actually work collaboratively together, they get a better idea of different cultures and become stronger leaders with better leadership skills also. So for researchers, basically we encourage people to share their research findings, and also each researcher who works on a collaborative project can give their share or their portion of uh, of what they have learned about that topic. And by combining all those areas together and discussing, we can make a concise and fair analysis that can be given as a general conclusion when 4 or 5 researchers work together and are able to um, submit a research paper to actually be presented somewhere. Much research nowadays is done through collaborative learning. In fact, if you look at most of the research that's being published, many of them have 3 or 4 authors. And so collaborative learning is a very good way to learn more yourself and to actually develop an understanding by other researchers. Okay, so that'd be what I'd have to say about collaborative learning. That's what I have to say.
Umi,
That's basically what I would like to say about intercultural collaborative learning. So somebody can carry on, whoever is next.
Some the situation over there, the internet connection cannot connect each other, sensei.
Okay.
That's why what you are explaining about, and then somehow they cannot connect there.
Oh, okay. Did they want me to say it
But
all over? Do they need me to say it again or what?
no, 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 no. Could, could you explore more how the collaborative learning on the AYF and the project of Bolt, and then somehow to facilitate the process of learning?
Okay. All right. Well, let me give you an example. For one thing we do with collaborative learning is we try to help graduate students develop their own research. So by providing seminars and workshops in other countries, and by having a proceedings in which people can publish their work inside, we provide an outlet by which they can actually get a publication to help them work towards their doctor's degree, or an area when they have to provide research. Because as you know, um, most doctor's degrees require that you have at least one publication uh, that is published in a journal or proceeding somewhere. And so we've had a number of people. In fact, we had two people just graduated just this last year from Indonesia who actually used an idea that they had published from the journals, one of the journals that we did. So we provide that opportunity to get publications and for them to further their career after they get their PhD, because they can continue to publish and come to these conferences and build up their resume. The other thing is for students, it's the same thing as we try to get students to understand how to start working on research and presenting themselves so that they can prepare themselves to get into master's programs or to get into doctor's programs. Besides that, we're not only working with graduate students, we're working with undergraduate students and even high school students. In fact, we have done summer academic camps where students actually learn how to write essays academically and how to organize logical, concise writing in a format that is appropriate for doing academic research. And we feel that if we can actually incorporate these principles into students in their high school years, it is much easier for them to write academically when they get into college and move up into the graduate school. So these are goals that Balsamo Outreach for Learning and Teaching has, and we've been following these goals for the past 15 years. And I think we have been fairly successful by seeing the accomplishments of many of the researchers who have come to our conferences and the areas that they have moved into in academia, in the universities abroad, or in their future publications that they've actually done. So these are ways that we try to work. We also have workshops online. We have done like 15-week workshops to teach people how to write academically and prepare a very concise, well organized paper that would be acceptable for academic publication in the university or actually in some journals. So these are things that we also work at to try and get students and researchers to understand how to work collaboratively and develop their research writing more. So this is what I would have further to add on intercultural collaborative learning. Would anybody like to follow up on?
Thank you, Sensei. Seems again that the sound is now connect over there, but let me connect you since the program uh, intercultural going from country to country.
Mhm.
And then in the same times, we develop a bridge in the academia era, and not only for one nation, but international. So would you like to explore this kind of your experience working throughout the Asia, and then somehow we can aware of the other culture? Yeah.
Okay. Well, but for myself, I have developed my writing skills a lot because of my travels and going to various countries around Asia or in Europe. But specifically, because I meet researchers in other countries and they really want to do some area, they mention the topic or the area they want to research, and we usually follow up that with by using internet live sessions or by communicating with email correspondences. And basically, um, we can usually develop papers by doing collaborative work and developing a very sound paper that can be actually published inside a journal. If you have a publication or an article that you write and it is worked on by people from 3 or 4 different countries, and they can do this together. This is a um, very strong research that can be actually applied in various countries because it's coming from 4 different perspectives. And I felt that these different perspectives, when we can combine them together and analyze them, um, help us to create a better paper. And for this reason, I have co-published. I'm not co-published, but been a second author or a third author, and actually helped in developing other research papers for other researchers as well. Um, and that's part of the job of a professor in the graduate school, which I am, where we actually have to also do that with our international students. We have to help them develop their papers and work collaboratively with them, and also give them suggestions about other professors or somebody who might be able to also help them make their paper better and develop it more. So this is what I would have to say in that regard.
Yeah, thank you, Sensei. The word intercultural collaborative um, learning, actually, I got when we sit down over in Kawauchi campus of Tohoku University, since the situation in Tohoku, the student not only come one nation, but came from a lot of corner of the world. In
Yes.
the same times, we are we are getting experience from time to time to work not only from undergraduate, but in the same times graduate, but in the program that we work under a bulk, we went to uh, high school since a couple years ago, and then we facilitate the high school student to engage in the academia forum, like TWIS last year, November last year in Sendai, and then in the last May we invite hundreds from high school in South Sulawesi to come over to Eco Wisata to join us as well. And one more things, we did another program with high school in Malakaji to visit them and say hello, and we learn, even though that it was a shortage of time, but at least we already do something together or collaborative, and then it means. And then would you like to explore this one, working from nation to nation across Asia, and then somehow maybe you could learn something with them, and then how not only about publication you mentioned before, but how about learning English at the same times, then the cultural awareness. So it might be
Okay.
need your exploration sense.
Okay. Basically, I can say that I didn't really know a lot about other countries until I started traveling to them myself. A lot about what we see in the media does not effectively represent the culture of a country. And to truly know the people of another country, we actually have to go there and visit. So what I would strongly recommend for anybody is that you try to visit or get an experience with people from another country, and get to understand them. And um, with that understanding, you will have a better understanding of their culture. The department I'm in is um, the Department of Cultural Study, Intercultural Studies department. So we have many areas about culture that our graduate school works in. And so, as you said, we have students from probably, I'd say, 25 different countries in our graduate school. The graduate school population um, in the Intercultural Studies department actually has less than 5% Japanese, less than 5% Japanese. Um, and most of the students are international students from other countries. A large portion are from China, um, because Chinese and Japanese are very close and similar language, and it's much easier to do graduate papers written in Japanese for Chinese people. But we have many people who are in our department who have the skills in Japanese to write from America, Britain, or other areas. But besides that, we actually have also in our intercultural studies department, we have two English programs. So there's two programs in which they are taught in all English. It's called the Global 30 program, which is chosen 30 universities throughout Japan. And these 30 universities have a special area that they concentrate on, and they provide a program in English with teachers who teach all the curriculum in English in Japan in that university. At Tohoku University in our Intercultural Studies department, we are actually doing the language sciences program, cognitive language sciences program, which is a studies about anything about languages and cognition. And second of all, we have another department on global diversity, global diversity. Those are the two that we have. Now, there are other departments that have English programs also. Um, we used to have a human securities program, which we had here for almost 12 years. But that program has moved towards another university with more emphasis on global diversity inside the department. Now, if you want to go into economics or into law or into medicine, where there are programs all in English also at other universities throughout Japan. And like I said, there's 30 universities that have these programs. So if you just because you can't speak Japanese doesn't mean you can't study in Japan. You can study in Japan or even come here and work with professors in programs who are actually working in all English environments inside the department. So, and this is why were able to bring in the Tohoku University International Interdisciplinary Seminar, which we have held for five times here in Sendai. We've had it 5 times in Sendai, and we did it 2 times online. So we've been able to get people to gather and present here. One time we had the largest conference we've had here was about 66 professors came from Indonesia and collaboratively presented their work and discussed at the seminar here at Tohoku University what they were working on. So we're very happy to have the Intercultural Studies Department here offer intercultural other intercultural study research people to come here and discuss their areas also. So I think that's what I have to say in that regard.
Yeah, thank you, Sensei. My last questions is about the opportunity for the near future for friend of us, for students, colleagues to come over and to join the intercultural collaborative learning. Would you like to say some things that we have under the framework of BOLT? We will have
Okay,
the ASEAN Youth Forum
sure.
somewhere else in Vietnam, in Dalat, and then another initiative that we already started the TIS, Tohoku International Interdisciplinary Seminar under the framework summer school in Japan. So it might be we could continue for this initiative for the next year, for the last week of the August.
Yes. Mm.
Time is yours, Sensei.
Okay, in regard this year in August, we had well, we just had a very very successful um, workshop or seminar where I think it was about 18 Indonesian presenters and two international presenters presented um, for at the Tohoku Net Hall. So anyway, we had successfully presentations by these presenters, and then they went and moved on to see other universities in Tokyo and Kanazawa, I believe, following leaving here. So these and in the other universities, they work with other professors over there and get input from them as well. Besides just coming to Sendai. Um, I think that this can continue. We've been doing it for 7 years in different ways. In the past, it was the Tohoku University interdisciplinary um, seminar, but now now we have the Tohoku Interdisciplinary International Interdisciplinary Seminar, TIIS. So this is it will continue, and it will continue next August again. So I recommend people to prepare for this in advance. Again, we have a conference coming up in Dalat, Vietnam. Um, the Dalat, Vietnam, we just have the closing of the deadline for abstracts and people who are going to be presenting there coming up on September 1st, very 2 days from now. So we have some people are just pushing to get their abstracts in, but we will have, I believe, we will have a good congregation of at least probably 6 Indonesian presenters, one from Thailand, one from Philippines, one from Great Britain, one from America, two from Japan. Um, so we have a large international congregation meeting in Vietnam to discuss about educational sustainability and the effects of AI. Our theme there is going to be on AI influence in education. So, how should AI be incorporated and how should we use it in education? So, we always change the theme. Usually, we change the theme for our Asian Youth Forums or for the language education programs. We have a special theme area, and but even the topics that are discussed about can be a little bit um, on off on the side of the theme. So it may not fit completely into the theme, but there's a little bit about it that can be applicable. And in those cases, you can still present. You can still present at our conferences. We welcome presenters to come. So I recommend anybody who's interested in coming to Dalat next year. We will be having Dalat University in Vietnam. We have a English language teachers conference every year in December. So if you are interested in going to that, you have to prepare in advance. And I know this may be hard, but you need start preparing now for getting your abstracts and everything in by uh, August 31st of next year. Because the time catches up very quickly. And it's very hard to sometimes get it in if you procrastinate and wait till the last minute. International conferences, such as countries in Vietnam, require at least 3 months prior that we have confirmed participants, and all of the abstracts have to be checked by the Ministry of Education, and they must approve the abstract before people can actually come and present. So the process in countries like Vietnam and other countries is a little different than in countries like Japan. Here you could probably submit an abstract maybe 3 weeks before a conference, and if the person just lets you come in, you can go ahead and present that. But in Vietnam, specifically, there we have to submit all the abstracts at least 3 months prior and go through the government education office, and they have to approve the presentation before we can actually list it in the program and have people participate. But Bolt has been able to understand the cultural perspective of each country and how we must develop conferences to create a collaborative learning effort. And therefore, if you look at our homepage, we have listed deadlines and how you have to prepare for the upcoming conferences, depending on which country you want to present in. Because Balsamo Outreach for Learning and Teaching, as I said, is active in about 4 to 5 Asian countries. So you have an opportunity. If you go to one country 1 year, go to another the next year. This is a good way to get an experience in different countries and learn the other cultures as well. So I highly recommend you to start becoming active and reach out of your little circle and go out into the world and present abroad. It's a little scary at first, but once you've stepped out there, it's a very how to say it, a very strongly effective learning experience for all people who actually do it. So I strongly recommend it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Sensei. Bapak Ibu, we already learned from Sensei a lot of things since they are having countries to countries experiences from culture to culture experiences. Then working not only in one side of the situation in Tohoku, since the 5% student in Tohoku University from Japan. So that might be the opportunity for them to work, and this make beneficial for learning and having awareness to another countries or ethnicity. In the same times, through this kind of collaboration, it might be opportunity to go further and having the great collaboration somehow. There is a publication in between because of this kind of understanding. So the point from Prof. Peter or Warner Sensei that it might be we can have differences in our own situation, but somehow these differences will not make a problem between among us, and then by differences and diversity we can go further in making one set goal, and then one another example is the successful of a bolt, the successful of the umbrella of AYF under the bolt because started by Professor Kip Gates Sensei from Totoro University, and then the second phase it was handled under Professor Peter John Warner. Fortunately, he will retire soon, and then he decided to hand over this bolt for me, and then now the secretariat of bolt is under the Universitas Muhammadiyah Baru, so everyone can come and see bolt.unmuhbaru.ac.id. And then there is another initiative of bolt started last week or last event. We call it TIIS. Before, under Tohoku University, we have international interdisciplinary seminar, and now we have another TIS. Under the togetherness of world, we have another platform like iCell, we have platform like Indonesia, Japan, international interdisciplinary seminar. So somehow we work together the topic of interdisciplinary. And then another platform that we already launched before, it's Majelis Malaysia, Indonesia, Japan linkage on interdisciplinary studies. So it might be could attract one or together of you to join this kind of situation, and somehow we can learn together, benefit from our friendship, and then it come up. It seems that Bolt already successful to have the family of Asia. That's our some notes of us from Peter and I, and then it might be we could come up with the question and answer from the participant right here. So maybe the moderator, if you already listen with our voice, that you could come up with this moderate for those who rise up questions.
Okay, thank you so much, Prof. That's very wonderful information from Professor Dr. John Peter and also Dr. Ismail Swadeweke. Okay, great. So everyone, so I hope you can catch the point that the Professor Peter Werner said that everyone can have chance to do the collaborative learnings, and then you can send your abstracts if you wanna join the seminar. Okay, so you just start from now. So maybe you can send for last means that next year. Okay, great. So if you have a questions, please directly open your microphones. You can unmute your microphone. Okay, everybody, do you have questions? You may just directly write down or on the chat box, and also you can speak so we can help you. Okay. Mr. Iro, do you want to say something?
There is a question in the chat box. What is actually during the collaborative research interculturally? What is the situation or that you face of on this program?
Yes.
So the question is, what is intercultural collaboration?
No. No.
The biggest obstacle.
The
Yeah.
biggest
Do you
obstacle.
do you face? Yes.
I'd say the biggest obstacle is to be able to accept or change your ideas in your culture from the other culture, because you're flexible. And what the reason I'm saying this is just like with research. If you're doing a research paper and your supervisor or your advisor suggests one way for you to actually revise the paper because they think that it is better for you to organize the paper in a different way. If you cannot change and you just say, no, I want it this way because I believe this is the way I want it. If you cannot alter or make changes because of what other people say, then it will be difficult for you to work collaboratively with other people. You have to be flexible and be able to, you have to be negotiating. You have to be able to negotiate with the other person and try to decide what is the best way to represent the information that you want to represent. So, getting this common ground is probably the biggest obstacle, especially when you have two different cultures and two different ideas trying to come to a common general idea that might be effective for both cultures. That's probably the biggest obstacle, I think.
That is the challenge that the persons face when they want to do the research
Yes,
collaborations.
I think that would be yes.
Okay, good. Mr. Iran, can you get the point? Okay. Second next question, maybe.
I think enough. I think enough.
Okay, good. Siki, okay, can I have questions also?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, see. So as your experience, so what is the most topic that the researcher write about intercultures, or the topic can be free, so we can like a politics or educations or free. So
Well, the topic in intercultural studies, okay? Intercultural studies is a very general term. Um,
oh,
and there is so many things. For example, there's intercultural studies relating to economics, intercultural studies relating to health issues, intercultural studies relating to education, intercultural studies relating to um, privacy. There is so many areas of intercultural studies that I can't even stop to list them all. What you have to choose is which area you are interested in. And if you're interested in an area because of some problem or some, um, usually there's some problem in your community or some problem in your culture that you want to address, something that you would like to make the culture better in a way. And so usually, if you have that desire to try and find the proper way to actually do it, then you will probably pursue your research much more. If you pursue an area that you are not interested in, then your research probably will not be very well developed because you're really not interested in it. So um, this is very important: is choose an area that you are interested in, then fine tune it down to a point that you could actually write about it. If you're going to just write about intercultural communication, that's very broad. That's a very broad. You got to fine tune it down to what do you want to talk about intercultural communication? Do you want to talk about gender, talking about communication between women and communication between men? What do you want to talk about? Fine tune it into a topic which you can write a paper within 2,500 words. So the biggest problem that most students or people have is their topic is too general, too big, and therefore they have difficulty focusing and writing a paper that is within 2,500 words with a concise, well organized context that gets the purpose and idea across to the people that they are trying to emphasize that this point is very important. So this is probably the what I would have to say related to that.
yes, depend on our interest, right? So
Yes.
we can choose which one do we want to know. That is why it's depend on the the willingness of us.
Yes.
Okay, so my next questions, it's about the how do we learn English. Mean that it's also related with the interculture. Means that because not all people can understand English well, because as us Indonesians people, English is the foreign language. So, do you have any suggestions for us for our participants in this evening? So, you give suggestion to make them uh, learn English is something that we have to do, and then don't be afraid of it, because some people, as we know, that will will say some things to make them down if they say something's wrong. So, as your experience, because as I know that you also learn about focus on code switching
Mhm.
or code missing. Yes, I know that you're
Yes. Okay.
neurolinguistics and also multiculturalism.
Okay. So basically, the best way to learn how to write in English or to write for academic papers is to um, basically uh, read read a lot of research that is in a similar area. So if you read a lot of research and you see how other papers are developed, especially in specific areas. If you're doing medicine, I would recommend reading medical journals. If you're in education, I recommend reading educational journals. If you're in um, engineering, then I recommend you read engineering journals because each of those areas, the writing is different. The writing is different. We have quantitative studies and qualitative studies. If you look into engineering studies, they are very highly qualitatively organized. There's a lot of qualitative data. There's a lot of qualitative data. If you're looking at a psychology area or sociology, then your paper is probably more on a quantitative level. On a quantitative level, you're looking at different degrees, and you don't have exact numbers. You're looking at um, the opinions or surveys that people may write. So, and many of the research that is written is a combination of both quantitative and qualitative research. So, um, basically, when you write English using these different ways, the best way to understand it is to read a lot of other research articles, read a lot of other research articles, read a lot of books on English. And second of all, for improving your speaking skills, um, I recommend that you listen to presentations on YouTube or presentations by many scholars. There are a lot of free access YouTube presentations by very good scholars, such as Chomsky or other scholars. If you listen to them speak, you can get a very good idea about how to organize your ideas and to present them when you present them. So it comes from a lot of listening, and it comes from a lot of speaking practice, and it comes from a lot of reading. How do you get the speaking practice? Go to the seminars in your country. Go to the English seminars, international seminars in Indonesia if you can't go to another country, or go to other countries that are close by in Asia through both conferences that are all English, that are in Vietnam, that are in Philippines, that are in um, Cambodia or other areas. Go to those conferences and present and speak in English. And you will speak in English with other people because in English is the international language. And that is the only way to communicate your ideas and make a more understandable cooperative effort, collaboration between different countries and different researchers. That's what I would have to say.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay. Okay, so is there any other informations do you wanna add, Prof. Ismail?
Prof Ismail akan turun di di apa di stasiun, belum bisa beliau bergabung.
Sorry,
Okay.
I'm will take off from Shinkansen in the few minutes, and then I will join after 3 to 5 minutes. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, take care, Prof. Okay, so let's discuss again. So anyone, do you wanna say something or ask to Professor? Okay. Yang lain? Dina Wardina. Still here? Can you talk?
No.
Oh, Dina.
Come on.
Silakan
Yes, you may talk.
ditanya saja pakai bahasa Indonesia di chat box, nanti biar Ibu In yang mentranslate ke dalam bahasa Inggris.
Okay.
Silakan yang mau bertanya. Nanti Ibu In yang akan mentranslate-nya ke Prof Peter.
Okay, so the challenges of Indonesian's scholar right now, Prof, it's difficult to publish our research or our writings. It
Uh-huh.
means that we need more assistance. Yeah, I mean, and
Yes.
need a lot of practice from expertise. Expert.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Okay, expertise.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Let me address that. The purpose. Uh, when I come to Indonesia, actually, I come to Indonesia probably four times a year, and I'm coming around to various universities while I'm there. Um, but it depends on the universities I'm at, what they do to help build the skills of the people in their university, because they're trying to give them assistance. For example, one university I went to. All the professors had written their papers, their research papers that they were going to get published. And I actually, um, they had me look at their paper and go through it with them and see which areas I would recommend to be changed or adjusted. And uh, and then I gave my comments on which areas I thought could be perfected, so that their paper would be acceptable in a publication in an international journal. Um, Publications do not have to be in high international journals at the beginning. Even my first publications were in university proceedings or other type of publications. So um, you don't have to have your first or second publication in a very high level Scopus Q1 journal. Okay, that's unreasonable. You can't expect that. First of all, you should be working up from the Q3, Q2, and you'll eventually get up to Q1. You'll eventually get to Q1. This is a process. This is a process where even Americans cannot just write for a Q1 journal right after they get out of college. It takes time
Yeah.
to understand how to write those articles and get them accepted in the journals. So,
Yes.
like I said, it's a process of trial and error. Once you work with a Q2 or Q3 journal and you get something published in there, they will give you advice and they will tell you, oh, you should rewrite it this way, change your area here, move this up to the top in the introduction. Um, your references is not complete, but they'll tell you what to do. And then you'll rewrite it and they'll publish it. And then based on that experience of learning how to write for that Q2 journal or the Q3 journal, then you'll move
Yes.
up to the Q1 level journal because over time you'll know how to go ahead and write those papers. But it takes time and you have to practice writing and writing and writing. So never give up. Never give up. Just keep at it and continue writing. I'm still writing. I've been writing for over 40 years. And yes,
Oh,
it gets
okay.
it gets easier. Once you're up to 40 years, then you're just almost just writing naturally. It comes natural. You could probably just write a book out very simply. But that's only
Okay.
because of experience. And it's not because I'm American, it's because I spent a lot of time working at writing. And you have to do the same thing. Um, and I know that you are using English as a second language, so it's a little bit harder to actually get that experience in English, but you will have to develop it over time. So don't give up. Work on it because I work on other languages for writing also. I had to write my thesis in Japanese. So I had to be able to present and write my thesis in Japanese for my doctor's dissertation. Um, and that was a challenge for me, just like it is a challenge for you to write your thesis in English. It can be done. And even now, I do my teaching and everything in Japanese in Japan. Of course, I've been here for 40 years. So I've had the experience of using Japanese every single day for 40 years. So therefore, that I've been able to improve my Japanese. So everything comes with experience. So you must take time, work hard, and try to proceed with your area of research. I don't know if Dr.
Okay.
Weki is back yet.
Okay, Prof, that's very good information. So as a newbie, it means that we have to need to learn and learn, guys. Exactly. I have I have written a long time ago about the. It's also about intercultural. I combined with the Indonesian textbook and also Philippine textbook because at the time we joined thesis seminar in Philippines,
Mhm.
and then so it's yeah, after long time at my writing can be published, but it's not in Scopus because as we
Mhm.
know that Scopus is not easy to publish there.
Right.
Okay, so this is also very good motivations for our students and also all the participants in this evening. So publish your writing. It's not easy one. So Prof. Peter Wenner say that uh, Prof need more than 14 years to be an expert in writer or in writing research. Okay, see anybody? Oh, so I see here. Is there any more information? Is there any questions from the participants? You may also write in Indonesia in chat box. I will try to translate it.
Okay.
Okay. So, Prof,
Uh-huh.
where did you visit in Indonesia?
Actually, I've
What
been I've been
place?
to uh not Iwate,
Oh,
Ternate.
Ternate. It's
Um, I've been to
so
Bogor,
nice.
Bogor,
Bogor,
Jakarta. Um,
Jakarta.
then I've been to Raja Ampat,
Oh my
Papua,
God, so far.
Papua, uh, Ternate, I said already. Um, I've been through almost all the areas of Sulawesi, Paripari,
Wow,
um,
pare
uh,
pare.
with the beach area. I forgot. I can't remember all the names right now.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I've
So,
been, like I said, I've been through. I know most of Sulawesi very well. Yes,
okay. Hope someday you can visit West Nusa Tenggara,
I hope so
and
too.
then we are we are in Bima,
Yeah.
especially in Sumbawa Island. Okay,
Kendali, I'll be
first
going to
anybody?
Kendali.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to Kendali in November. I'll be going to Kendali.
Oh,
I've been in
really?
Kendali 3 times now, so I'll be going there again.
Ah, very very nice. See, do you what do you think about Indonesia?
I like Indonesia. In fact, I'm trying to learn the Indonesian language since I'm coming there so much. Um, but
Yes.
yeah. when the problem is I'm trying to learn too many languages because for when I go to China, I usually use Chinese. If I go to Vietnam, I try to use my Vietnamese. Indonesia, I tried to use Indonesian, but I have just very limited vocabulary that I can speak. However, when I'm listening, maybe I can pick up 30%, 30% of what's being said in Indonesian. Um, so I can pick up a gist of what's being said now. But how do I do my languages? How do I build them up? Okay, basically what I do is for example, I actually put a lot of time into it. Indonesian, I spend 1 hour every week with a Indonesian professor who is teaching me Indonesian, and so online I speak in Indonesian for 1 hour every week. Then I have Vietnamese. I have two Vietnamese um, teachers that I work online with. Twice a week, I spend an hour and I uh, work through a textbook and also speak in Vietnamese. Um, those are the two languages I'm working on right now. I have a Chinese person that I speak with once a week in 1 hour using Chinese, and um, then I so those are the four areas I'm using right now for my languages skills to try and build up in other areas. Eventually, I hope to do Tagalog uh, in the Philippine language, but I haven't picked up Tagalog yet. But there's just too many languages to try and perfect. Um, but I would like to have at least a basic working skill so that I can actually communicate interculturally with all cultures and understand them better because language is a part of culture. And so, being a linguist, I have a strong interest in language. So that's why I work in it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. So now, can you speak Indonesia? A
Uh,
little bit.
okay. Saya saya Peter John saya Peter John Warner. Uh, saya on saya saya I forgot the rice. I'm sorry. You caught me off guard. I can't think of it
Okay.
right now, but I mean, I have to work on it. I'm working on it. So.
Okay. Okay, great. See, okay, see, we have listened a lot of great informations and very good, awesome, as a experience also from this meeting. See, any other informations or questions? We still have 13 minutes.
I think Dr. Weke is back. Maybe he can say something.
Yeah, Sensei, thank you. I just get off from Shinkansen that might trip from Osaka City to Tokyo City. And tomorrow it will be another opportunity for us to work with Tokyo City University. And the dean, Sensei here, kindly allow us to come and see him. Even talk that today he is just arrived from somewhere else in Uzbekistan. But anyway, I'd like to invite every one of us in the last week of August next year. It might be a good time for us to see you here in Japan and surrounding area of Tokyo, um, and then Sensei Xiaobin already joined us from Akita University. So it might be we could enrich our opportunity to learn together through likewise Akita or somewhere else from Xiaobin will be there. Let me share the idea here about the opportunity for us to see together. Yeah. Hopefully you can see on your screen. I make it more than 1 week to for those who are free. They can come up with the city tour, and then our suggestions that it would be arrival or 23 of August, 24 with teas, and 25 with the Matsushima observations. Yeah, I will put here observations, and then it will be another student conference in Akita. Hopefully, we can.
Okay. This summer school can be followed by anyone, Prof?
The presentations are for students and for professors. Anyone, yes.
See.
In
That's very good.
somehow I will share once again. Yeah, because it was interrupt over there.
Okay.
So this is a roughly idea that Prof. Peter or Warner Sensei, Xiaobin Sensei, and I meet together in Sendai a couple days ago, and then it might be we can take a look in Japan Dawah Center since I was there on Friday, Jumaah today, and then meet friend of us from Malaysia and friend from Indonesia, media organization, and then we can have a city tour or go directly. So it kind actually 1 week, yeah. But somehow, if for those who are first time coming to Japan, it is a good time to explore how beautiful, according to is on yeah beautiful of Japan. About it. But somehow I take a good time during my visit this summer to write down a lot of things, and then it might be I could share on the chat box my write during this trip. And then surprisingly, because I could manage to have very good hotel like Sensei bring me up over there in Tagajo City, the greater area of Sendai. So everyone could see the writings during the trips. Yeah, sorry. It seems that yeah. Definitely, I take opportunity to have two device, and then I could come up with this backup one for from one. And then lastly, because not only summer school already announced is questions, in the same time we will have other aspects for room throughout the country and the region of Asia. And then the same there is annually a project between us and Vietnam, and then it might be we could learn each other or something together under our program, because somehow working with Vietnamese and working with Japanese different way in academic milieu. And then one more thing, somehow actually there's opportunity for us to take initiative to this kind of intercultural things. It might be the internet right now is one of the powerful element of our life. So we could take a beneficial from this one to having time for Googling, yeah, for searching or for surfing about that. But to make it confirm, because not all the situation or the information over there is valid. So we have opportunity to confirm, to reassure, to relearn about that. That's from my not moderator. I will hand over the mic to you again.
Okay, thank you for the wonderful information, Prof. Ismail. That's very good. We do hope can join that one. So by trying to find out the information from the internet. So if we want to join this, do we have to write a research or a writing paper and then send it, or different kinds of a way to join these kinds of summer schools?
Okay, basically, it depends on what you're doing. If you're going to Asian Youth Forum, and you're a undergraduate student, then you don't have to write a paper or do a publication. Basically, students just do communication and they do a short presentation, probably dealing with culture and dealing with language in their environment, and share that with the other students um, in the uh, in the event. Now, for the presenting, you only basically need to make an abstract and have a slideshow, usually for about 25 minutes, um, and then you present using your slideshow. You do not have to publish a paper later on, but you have the opportunity to publish. Um, so if after you've done your presentation and you want to write a 2,500 word article to publish inside a proceeding, then you can turn that paper in. There is no guarantee that the paper will be published. The proceeding is vetted also. Proceeding is vetted. In fact, out of the Tohoku University interdisciplinary international interdisciplinary seminar, we had one paper was not accepted um, because of some reasons, and the person was told what the reasons were, and therefore the person decided that they would rewrite the paper and then present in the area again, and the next year try to publish it inside the journal. So because there was not time for the person to revise the paper and get it in. It takes time to revise papers and get them in the proceedings. Proceedings and writing a paper comes after the conference, and usually it is not published until 8 months later. The November conference that we had for the Tohoku University International Interdisciplinary Seminar, the proceedings for that was not published until it won't be published till this September. Finally, this September, almost 9 months, 10 months later, it's being published. To publish an article, it takes almost a year many times to get it published, actually in the publication, following when you turn it in. Usually, it's very rare that you'll turn an article into a journal or to anybody and get it published within 2 months. Usually, it takes up to 10 months or a year to get publications done. It is a lengthy process, and they have to make sure that the article meets all the standards of the journal so that all the people who are reading it can understand it appropriately. Okay, does that answer your
Thank
question?
you, sir, for the information. Okay, others, do you have any questions? Okay, it's wonderful information and also advice from Prof. Peter Warner. So it's like related with our experience, Prof. Because as the Indonesian people, so we need to uh, to enhance our English writing skills. Means that we have to keep writing all the time. As your experience writing, it's not easy one. So it gonna need more time to like do step by steps. For the first one, it's impossible. Our writing just directly published in Scopus, but we can first maybe in universities proceedings, yes, and then also join international seminar, and then keep writing all the time. So because writing is not the skill that we can get instantly, so it's need a process, right? Okay. And then, Sue, thank you so much for the information. Thank you for very much for the advice. And then you also give us advice. So how do we uh, communicate in English? Means that in Indonesia, English is not the second language, but foreign language. See, students in university and also in schools, like have a big challenge to speak English because the environment uh, don't support them to listen to English conversations. See, maybe in classrooms we have 1 till 5 students want to speak English, but sometimes another friends say that don't speak English because that's not your language, but it's like make them down, and then this is like a big challenge for teacher, for English teacher in a foreign country, foreign language country. See, as a teacher, it's my experience. Some students really wants to speak English. So if they have like a big willingness, so they will try hard, like you say that keep reading, keep watching in from YouTube. So thank you so much. It's very useful informations. Very okay. That's it. And then your experience in writing is over 40 years. It's very good, very wonderful experience. So hope we can follow your rules, means that keep writing all the time. See, uh, although like we face some challenge or obstacles, it's something usual to face. Okay. So the now you are a lecturer in Tokyo University. So do you also find like some things difficult to teach Japanese people? Like, it's like for pronunciations, or is it, or you just teach international class?
Okay. No. In the actually in my undergraduate classes that I teach for English, they are all Japanese. So usually you're lucky if you have one international student inside the classroom. Um, so those
Yeah.
classes they're challenging because we have large classes of about 50 students per class. So it's very difficult to try and teach a communication class to 50 students. But since this is a national university, we have to find a way, find a way to do it for
Yeah.
50 students. Um,
Yeah.
when I worked for other universities, my class size was 15 students or 20 students. With that, you can work much easier. But when you have 50 students in a class, it is much more demanding. Um, the my graduate school, I work mostly in English actually. I actually teach my classes in English for the graduate school also. I do some courses in Japanese, um, but most of the time I'm teaching courses in English because Japanese students like to learn in the international language. And likewise, even Japanese students who are writing their theses in Japanese, they need to be able to read English and get research from English articles because most international publications are written in English. So if you really want to get something from another country, um, you aren't going to be able to find Japanese publications in another country. You're only going to be able to find Japanese publications in Japan. So you'll need to find something written in English about the Japanese language or something through publications in other international journals, and those would be and that will help contribute to their research, and they can accurately quote the authors and cite them inside their research um, papers. Citations are very important in our research, and being able to find the appropriate citation and the research that will support our ideas is very important. So English is very important in that aspect.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely right. Okay, so good, very nice. Okay, see, so what have we explained this evening is related with our experience. Means that writing is not easy one, so we need to keep continue writing every time, and then see the one that I want to tell to my students or all Indonesian people, keep reading in English journal, because yeah, mostly international journal published in English. And then so you also advise us keep watch presentations in YouTube. So because now we can access internet, we can get informations directly from our phone. And then you also ask to practice makes better. It's I do agree with that one, because practice English in your international seminar and also with your friends is one of the way to keep our English up. Okay, good. Thank you, sir. And Mr. Professor Ismail, do you want to give us advice as our Indonesian's newest writer? I believe most of our participants in these evenings, like they keep writing, but they still have challenges to publish their writings.
Yeah, thank you, Madam. Actually, this is a good forum to give advice. Yeah, because somehow we already got a lot of advice every minutes from minutes. The only one that I want to say, Scopus is another way. We are discussing tonight or this evening opportunity about intercultural collaborative learning, but it is not Scopus above of everything.
Yes, I see.
So don't
Yeah,
measure everything of our work through the Scopus, because it might be disturb our shahada, because our shahada is there is no God, only Allah, includes Scopus over there. Because if you mendewa-dewakan Scopus, it might be your shahadat will another problem. Yeah, that's my note for this
but
evening. Thank you
yeah,
for everyone. Thank you to
okay.
State Sunan Giri Bima. Thank you to Sensei. Thank you to
Thank
everyone.
you.
We already reached 11 meetings since after Ramadan, and this is a good time for us to learn each other. Even talk that
Okay.
somehow I try my best to work multitasking. Yeah. I just enjoy another Shinkansen from Osaka to Tokyo, and then I stop somewhere else here in Tokyo Station to do another continuation of our work. But thank you. One another note,
Okay.
Mario Teguh actually give a lot of impact to our society right now, include Ibu Iin. Somehow he say wonderful, luar biasa. It might be you too much to see Mario Teguh. And I would like to invite you. There is no any example from us except Baginda Rasulullah Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Even not Mario Teguh. Mm-mm. So don't interfere our life with Mario Teguh, because it's not nothing. That's from me. And then it might be we can cause, since Sensei is still in the university, he needs travel time from his office to going back home.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much for the speakers, the best speaker for this evening. So, okay. So I also thank you so much for all participants to have a time to learn together with our best speaker. Okay, sir. I'm sorry for being so late, and then I'm sorry for any kinds of uh, speaking something that you don't like. I'm sorry. So because it's like I'm sorry, Mr. Professor Peter Werner, and also Prof. Ismail Suarez. Thank you so much for
Uh,
your time.
Miss
See,
In, excuse me, Miss In. Prof. Ismail,
iya po.
barangkali in the next time we need to invite Prof. Peter to come to State Sunan Giri Bima. Insyaallah.
Amin.
We are happy to do that. Fortunately, Prof. Peter will retire soon, and then the next time he will go with us in. Yeah, sorry. He will go with us to South Sulawesi, and then it might be difficult for us to invite him once again since
I do hope we do hope that we
retire
can meet
soon.
again.
Yeah, but let's see the possibilities in the near future to the idea of inviting him to come to Bima. Yeah, but 26, 2026 and 2027, because he will be retired in 2027. Hopefully, we can find opportunity to invite him. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Pak Ketua. Thank
Thank
you, Bu In, and
you.
everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Pa Ismail. Thank you so much.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you for
Bye bye.
everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye bye, Prof. Thank you so much.
Bye. See